To western Inn, no jewels like Rosalind, her worth being matched on the wind, through all the world bears Rosalind. All the pictures fairest lined are but flash to Rosaline. Let no face be kept in mind, but the fair of Rosaline.
This is the very tall scallop of verses. Why do you infect yourself with them?
Peace, you dope fool, I found them on a tree.
Truly, the tree yields bad fruit. Now hear this rhyme I found but an hour ago. Why should this a desert be, for it is unpeopled know. Tongues they'll hang on every tree, that shall civil saying show. Some how brief the life of man runs his errant pilgrimage, that the stretching of a span buckles in his sum of age. Some have violated vows, twixt the souls of friend and friend, but upon the fairest boughs writes every sentence end. While I, Rosalinda, write, teaching all that read to know the quintessence of every sprite, heaven would in little show. Therefore heaven nature charged that one body should be filled with all graces wide and large, nature presently distilled. Helen's cheek, but not her heart. Cleopatra's majesty, Atlanta's better part. Sad Lucretia's modesty, thus Rosalind of many parts. By heavenly Sinon devised, of many faces, eyes, and hearts. To have to touch his dearest prize, heaven would that she these gifts should have, and I to live and die her slave. Didst thou hear these verses?
Oh yes, I heard them all, and more too, for some had in them more feet than the verses could bear.
That's no matter, the feet might bear the verses.
Aye, but the feet were lame, and could not bear themselves without the verse, and thus stood lamely in the verse.
Didst thou hear without wondering how thy name should be hanged and carved upon these trees?
I was 7 of the 9 days out of winter whence you came. I was never so berhymed since Pythagoras' time, in which I was an Irish rat, which I can hardly remember.
Trow you who hath done this?
Is it a man?
And the chain you once wore about his neck.
I prithee.
True color?
Who?
O Lord, Lord, is it a hard matter for friends to meet? But mountains may be removed by earthquakes, and so is mountain.
I prithee, tell me who it is.
Is it possible?
I prithee, with most petitionary vehemence, tell me who it is.
A wonderful, wonderful, and most wonderful one. And yet again wonderful, and now to fall whooping.
Good of my complexion, dost thou think, though I am caparisoned like a man, I have a doublet and hose in my disposition? 1 inch delay, more is a south sea of discovery. I would thou couldst stammer, that thou mightst pour this concealed man out of thy mouth like wine from a narrow-mouthed bottle, either too much at once, or none at all. I prithee, uncork thy mouth, that I may drink thy tidings.
Why, so you may put a man in your belly?
Is he of God's making? What manner of man? Is his head worth a hat, or his chin worth a beard?
Nay, he hath but a little beard.
Oh, I will delay the growth of his chin, if you will delay me not with the knowledge of his beard.
'Tis young Rolando, who tripped up the rest of his heels, and her heart both in an instant.
Nay, but the devil take mocking. Speaks that brow and true, fool.
In faith, 'tis he,
Orlando?
Orlando.
Alas a day! What shall I do with my doublet and hose? What did he when thou sawest him? What said he? How looked he? Wherein went he? Where remains he? Did he ask for me? Answer me in one word.
You must borrow me Gargantua's mouth first. 'Tis a word too great for any mouth of this age's size. To say aye and no to these particulars is more than to answer in a catechism.
Does he know I am in the forest and in man's apparel? Looked he as freshly as he did the day he wrestled?
'Tis as easy to count atomies as to resolve the proposition of 11. Now take a taste of my fine tin, and relish it with good observance. I found him under an oak tree, like a dropped acorn.
It might as well be called Jove's tree when it drops forth such fruit.
Give me audience, good madam.
Proceed.
There lay he, stretched along like a wounded knight.
Oh, ominous, he comes to kill my heart.
Cry hola to thy tongue, it cravets unseasonably.
Dost thou not know I am a woman? When I think, I must speak. Sweet, say on.
You bring me out. Soft. Comes he not here?
I will speak to him like a saucy lackey, and under that habit play the knave with him. Do you hear, Forester?
Very well. What would you?
What is it o'clock?
You should ask me what time of day it is. There is no clock in the forest.
Then there is no true lover in the forest. Else sighing every minute and groaning every hour detect the lazy foot of time as well as the clock.
And why not the swift foot of time? Had not that been as proper?
Nay, it had not. Time travels in diverse places and with diverse persons. I will tell you time ambles withal, who time trots withal, who he gallops withal, and who he stays it still withal.
Who does he trot withal?
Marry, he trots hard with a young maid between the contract of her marriage and the day of his solemn night. If the interim be but a sennight, time's pace is so hard it seems the length of 7 years.
Who ambles time withal?
With a priest that lacks Latin and a lawyer in the vacation. For the one sleeps easily because he cannot study, and the other lives merrily, for he feels no pain. These time ambles withal.
Who does he gallop withal?
With a thief to the gallows, for though he go as softly as foot compels, he thinks himself too soon dead.
Who stays the still withal?
With lawyers in the vacation, for they sleep turn
to youth?
With the spool on the edges of the forest, like fringe upon a petticoat.
Are you native of this place?
As the Connie speaks well where she is single.
Your accent is something much finer than you could purchase in so removed a dwelling.
I have been told so of many, but indeed, an old religious uncle of mine taught me to speak, who was in his youth an inland man, one who knew courtship too well, for there he fell in love. I have heard him read many a lecture against it, and I thank God I am not a woman to be touched with so many giddy offences as he has generally taxed the whole sex withal.
Can you remember any of the principal evils which he laid to the charge of women?
There were none principal, each as half been trod, every fault seeming monstrous until his fellow faults came to match it.
I pray thee, recount some of them.
Nay, I will not count away my physic, but on those that are sick. There is a man that haunts our forest, that abuses these young plants, by carving Rosalind upon their barks. All forsooth defying the name of Rosalind. If I could meet this fancy monger, I would give him some good counsel, for he thinks as a quotidian of love upon it.
I am he that is so love-shaken. I pray you, tell me a remedy.
You have none of my uncle's marks upon you. My uncle taught me to know a man in love, and with his blushes I am sure you are not a prisoner.
What were his marks?
A lean cheek, which you have not, a blue eye and something which you have not, an unquestionable spirit, which you have not, a beard untamed, which you have not, though I pardon you for that, for having a beard is the younger brother from me. Then your hose must be ungartered, your bonnet unbanded, your sleeve unbuttoned, your shoe untied, and everything about you demonstrating careless desolation. But you are rather point device in your accoutrements, seeming the lover of yourself than the lover of any other.
Fair youth, I would I could make thee believe I love.
Me believe it? You might as well make her that you love believe it, which I am sure she is apter to do that in confess she does, as this is one of the points that women still give the lie to their consciences. But in good sooth, are you he that hangs the verses on the trees?
Youth, good youth, I am that he, that unfortunate he.
But are you so much in love as your rhymes speak?
Neither rhyme nor reason could express how much.
Love is merely a madness, and deserves as much a dark house and a wit as madmen do. And the reason they are not so punished and cured is that lunacy is so ordinary that the whippers are in love too. Yet I confess turneth my counsel.
Did you ever cure any so?
Yes, one and in this manner. He was to imagine me his love, his mistress, and come every day to my cot and woo me. At which time would I, being but a moonish youth, grieve, be effeminate, changeable, longing and liking, proud, aphid, shallow, incontinent, full of tears, full of smiles, for every passion something, and for no passion truly anything, as boys and women are, for the most part, capital of this color. And in this way I drove my suitor from a mad humor of love to a living humor of madness, and he lived in a nook, really monastic. And in this way I set it upon myself to wash your liver as clean as a sound sheep-heart, and there shall not be a spot of love in it.
I would not be cured, youth.
I would cure you if you would but come to my cot and woo me.
Now, by the faith of my love, I will. Tell me where it is.